Get ready, Staten Island.
The Ferry Hawks are back at SIUH Community Park July 7th to the 12th for a 6-game series against the High Point Rockers. Tonight, first pitch is at 6:30. It's Thirsty Thursday with $5 Bud and Bud Light drafts. Friday, July 10th, first pitch is at 7 p.m. May the Force be with you on Star Wars Night with post-game kids glow around the bases with special lightsaber training packs.
Visit ferryhawks.com now to lock in your seats.
Sunday morning, live long and prosper. With us is Dr. Peter Michalos, and I will tell you, millions of our listeners always are calling in saying, thank you, because we're doing things right, and we feel we feel better, and hopefully we all live longer. Dr. Peter, what's our today's advice?
Well, today, John, we're going to talk about longevity and DNA damage and what we can do to help protect our DNA and the new exciting research that is actually restoring DNA and DNA damage. And what happens is that our DNA repair mechanism is constantly in action and it's working. And I always remember when at our church out in the Hamptons, when we gave the 90th birthday party for Dr. Watson, he said that anti-aging will come down to lifestyle and figuring out how to repair our DNA and enhance our DNA repair mechanism, which is what he had told me. And it turns out that DNA gets damaged by things like sunlight. And as we get older, that's why skin starts to age in the sun, because it's harder for it to repair. It gets damaged by smoking because that makes changes to what's called the epigenome of our cells. Alcohol damages it, certain pesticides, chemicals, and even solar radiation. When we have peak solar flare activity, it affects our DNA. And what we find is that this younger version or younger program of our cells exists within our cells. And a doctor named Yamanaka found out that we each have a younger copy of our software. And then a fellow at Harvard in David Sinclair's lab, Wan-Chen Liu, in 2020 published the research where they reversed blindness in mice, and then they went on to do apes. And something very exciting happened on June 9th, and the medicine is called ER100, and it was injected into a human on June 9th with damage in the eye from glaucoma. And everyone in the world now is waiting to hear the results of that research. And it's like basically telling the body to recover a lost file in a computer to get back the younger version of our youthful selves, because aging is a degenerate.
That is phenomenal. You think that we're close to finding a solution to our Creator, the gene that He created for us to turn off at the age of 95 or 100?
Yeah, it's not just one gene. It's basically the whole process of being able to repair. And they actually gave it at Stanford University to wild mice, and they lived to be 109% longer, which was 200 extra days, which was the equivalent of 34 human years. So this is an amazing thing that's happening. All cells have a life cycle: the feeding, the growth, the replication, and the death. The idea is to prolong that period after our cells replicate, that they last longer, so we'll have more health span, and our period of morbidity, instead of being sick for 10 years with Alzheimer's, heart problem, diabetes, our period of sickness will only be a few months, so we could still try to make it that full 120 years that it seems that is programmed into our longevity. And the human body, there's one organ that actually can regrow itself. You can remove 80% of someone's liver and it'll grow back, just like a starfish. If you've got a leg open, it'll grow back. We do have an organ in our body, and scientists are trying to figure out why the liver is able to do that, but why not the nervous system? Why not the kidney? Why not the brain? So this area of research is growing, but it's really amazing that with this new technology that is happening at Life Biosciences and also Jeff Bezos' company Altos Labs in California, I have no proprietary interest in any of this, but if they figure out how to safely do it in humans to get cells to go back to a younger age. The trick is not to make them go back too young, because that becomes a cancer cell. So this is called partial reprogramming, and I think it's in our future, and it's a very exciting time. But meanwhile, watch out for the sun, alcohol, smoking, fatty diet, avoid
sugar and
oil,
salt.
Sugar, salt, these are all the things.
Let me ask one more important question. To keep us alive, and hopefully the last thing that goes is the brain, what essential body parts need to work properly? It's the liver, it's the
heart.
The heart.
Right. Blood pressure. Our blood vessels are actually like an organ because they're lined with muscles. When they get too narrow because the blood pressure is too high, then they don't feed the brain properly. And, of course, like you mentioned before, the sugar. They even think that Alzheimer's is a form of type 3 diabetes where the cells in the brain get insulin resistance and you can't feed the brain cells properly. And then you start picking up the waste material, the amyloid plaques that they talk about in Alzheimer's. So these are all important, and keep listening to WABC because we tell people the formula.
Maybe if we could fix that, then if we could fix the heart, the liver, the other essential, the mind should go on for another 20, 30 years.
Yeah, absolutely. You need to have the pump. It's like the car engine. If the oil pump isn't working and the radiator isn't working, then the engine, which is like the brain of the car and the computer, won't work. So we have to treat our bodies well and try to avoid all these toxins we talked about, keep eating healthy with the Mediterranean diet, and this OSK gene technology, follow it closely. I did a whole book chapter in the new book, The Death of Aging, with Dr. Magdalena Sorchetsky, and we talk about this because it's going to change and revolutionize medicine.
Look forward to giving you a book party and introducing it on WABC, and live long and prosper and have a great summer weekend.
Thank you, John, for always getting the truth out on the Cats Roundtable.